Ever heard of Google Glass? Do you wonder why it's no longer an item on the market? The story of Google Glass is definitely an interesting one, not just because of the high expectations placed on the glass, but because of the lesson that can be learned from it. So what is Google Glass? What happened to the glass? And most importantly, why did it fail? So, what is Google Glass? Google Glass kinda looks like normal glasses at first sight, but it actually gives the wearer an augmented reality experience that can be controlled via local-based visual and audio commands. The main purpose of the glasses was to give relevant information in the same manner as a smartphone would, but with a more seamless experience. But were they able to realize this dream? Not so much. This attempt by Google in 2013 was a huge step, and if it was fully successful, it would have revolutionized technology. Google was not intent on creating a virtual reality, but rather augmenting a real-world scene while giving users more information about their surroundings. It was like a James Bond dream come true. The idea of the innovation was remarkable. We just gotta give it to them. But the implementation of that idea wasn't as admirable. Next, how did Google Glass fail? Okay, so Google had been working on the smart glasses for some years before its eventual release. Then in 2013, they released a prototype version for qualified glass explorers. These individuals were given the opportunity to be the first users of the glass, but it came at the cost of $1,500. At a time when button-free commands, smart devices, and multitasking were soaring high, Google introduced the glasses at the right time. It fits right into the needs of the public. However, the company was unable to meet that need with the right revolutionary invention, or perhaps they were just way ahead of their time. Let's take a look at the reasons that contributed to the failure of Google Glass. The first issue with the glasses was the mode of operation. Okay, the glasses were an improvement in technology and were a huge step towards a new era of technology, but as much as the product advertised that, it wasn't really clear as to what it actually did. The glasses basically did just two things. They took random pictures and searched anything on the internet really fast. In other words, there was no real benefit to consumers of the product. For one, the advertisement for the glasses was not properly implemented. When producing a product, one of the things to consider is the presence of demand. Without that, the product would rot on the market. However, Google didn't think this far and just generalized its marketing with no targeted marketing in place. When the product hit the market, it was generally avoided by people. The product hit the market for the general public in 2014, and it couldn't stay above water for long because the exploration glasses got wrapped up in 2015. The next issue was the health hazards it posed. A lot of people buy a lot of products they don't really need from time to time. However, even if some tend to buy products that they do not really need, there's a low chance they'd want to buy one that would harm them in the process. This is one of the primary reasons that made Google Glass crumble when it hit the market. One of the safety concerns the device posed was its alignment to the eye. The computer screen was installed out of the direct line of vision, hence the wearer had to look up to access information on the screen, and this could lead to strains over time. Another health hazard it posed was even more serious because of its long-term effect on the wearer. Technological devices often emit carcinogenic radiation, which can be harmful to our health, and Google Glass is no different in that regard. Some consumers considered it more harmful because of its proximity to the eyes. The Google Glass also got unnecessarily hot when performing computation work for a short period. Even using it intensely for about 15 minutes made it get very hot, which is definitely not safe for the user's health. Another issue raised was concerns about safety. The glasses were designed to take pictures from time to time. No one wants random pictures of them to be taken from time to time. Therefore, there was huge controversy regarding their use because of the potential violation of privacy. Some even saw it as a vulnerable point because the user can be tricked into taking pictures of a corrupted QR code to override Google Glass, acting as a cyber weapon. Certain establishments in the US banned the use of Google Glass and posted signs advertising the ban. Another concern was the battery life. One of the downfalls of the product was the battery. The battery in the device had no specifications. No matter how much or how little it was charged, it would still run down in a couple of hours. In fact, it was observed to run down in just about 4 hours, which is quite short, implying that if you intended to use the device for the entire day, you would have to charge at a 4-hour interval and might not even be aware when the battery runs down. Another issue with the glasses is the price. For something of that specification, it was a little pricey. At the point of its release, it was worth about $1,500, and despite the widespread expression of disappointment in the product, Google didn't even bother to reduce the price of the product. It was a bit disappointing, because the complaints made about the products were not random. They were actual issues that related to the privacy, safety, health, and even actual functioning of the glasses. The language issue was also a huge drawback. Buyers of the glasses were not necessarily native English speakers. Therefore, it was a bit disappointing to realize that the glasses were not receiving commands not in English. Since it was just a pair of glasses without a keyboard, it was impossible to correct the commands given. Ultimately, to give voice commands to the glasses, you had to speak UK or US English. Well, since the glasses were advertised to be a whole new experience for the eyes, it was expected that it'd be a nice experience for those with hearing and speech impairment, perhaps. However, when it was tested by a freelance deaf journalist, it was revealed to be basically of no use to the speech impaired, as well as those with hearing impairment, because the device did not accommodate the use of hearing aids. Lastly, the terms of service were a bit tricky. In the terms of service, Google explicitly stated you may not resell, loan, transfer, or give your device to any other person. If you resell, loan, transfer, or give your device to any other person without Google's authorization, Google reserves the right to deactivate the device, and neither you nor the unauthorized person using the device will be entitled to any refund, product support, or product warranty. Take a look at that. This seems like the company wanted to still retain control over the product even after they've been purchased. A consumer could choose to give the glasses out to a friend or family after using them for a while. It kinda seemed like they were just using consumers as a part of a developmental research program or something along those lines. Google Glass Extra Ventures. After the exploration model of the glasses failed, Google decided to stop making the glasses for public use and focused on businesses. The first Enterprise edition was released in 2017, and in 2019, the second edition was released, but these editions are not so popular today. It seems the original Google Glass made all these mistakes for other brands to learn from. Since the downfall of the Explorer edition of the glasses, other brands have produced their AI glasses with better reception. For instance, Snapchat released its Spectacles glasses for first-person perspective pictures. Then we have the Oppo Air Glass, Nreal Air AR glasses, and even Apple is working on its own AR glass. The story of Google Glass has really taught other brands valuable marketing lessons. So what lessons have the downfall of Google Glass made inevitably clear? Well, first of all, the daily benefits of your item should be properly and clearly outlined to the public. And after outlining the reasons your product will blend into users' daily routine, release the product at a fast scheduled time. Most importantly, be prepared to work on drawbacks and implement customers' reviews. Google Glass mainly only improved the chunky look of the first version by giving a slimmer model for the second edition. And overall, product marketing and advertising should be monitored to observe how the product is doing, and perhaps review the pricing of your product. And that brings this video to an end. What are your thoughts on the drawbacks that led to Google Glass's grave? If the company ever ventures on that road again, what might they improve this time? The comment section is open for your thoughts on this. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye.